Merry Christmas, guys. Merry Christmas. Hello, everyone. What's up? Merry Christmas. Yo. Christmas Live check-in. How's everybody doing out there? Ho, ho, ho. Ho, ho, ho. All right. What's up, everyone? This is Christmas special Christmas. A little live. I'm driving in the car. It's Christmas. I just wanted to jump on and say hello and wish all you fine folks out there Merry Christmas. I hope you're having a good time. I hope you're with your family and your loved ones. Hope Santa came. Hope you were good. I heard 𝗵𝗏𝗄𝗃 is going to be at the game today, so I'm looking forward to seeing him there. But yeah, anyway, I was inspired to do this live because it was, last year, man. This is way better than last year. I'll tell you that much. We met last year at this time, man. I didn't even get to see my kids open their presents last year. Couldn't go to my house. Couldn't go to church. I remember singing that. I always go to church on Christmas. Couldn't do that. It was like, what if the police came there? There's a warrant out for my arrest. Who knows? But this year, I'm just really, really thankful, and it's so much different. Still on thin ice, kind of. Still have that cloud hanging over my head with, the fact that I'm out on bail or whatever. But it's a good feeling, man. Way, way, way better than last year. So anyway, hope you guys had a good Christmas. Hope you guys got everything you wanted. Hope you got to see your family. Seeing mine was really good. Obviously, it's just I'm just over the moon right now. It's just the weirdest feeling. It's just Christmas. It should feel normal, right? Just to be free on Christmas, but it's a big hurdle. It's a big hurdle I've overcome. Getting here, I'm not gonna lie. Of course, I had anxiety about all this talk about bail revocation, and I thought they would try to do it before Christmas or whatever. And who wouldn't get anxiety over that? But they didn't do it because there's nothing to do it over, of course. Last year was a freak thing that won't happen. Because it really was just a freak thing. I was not charged with doing anything to the 𝗥𝗏𝗄𝗺s or anything related at all to the Kearney case at all. It was just completely a different thing. And, when you deal with that happening on Christmas, I guess getting past Christmas is a big thing. Just making it through it, because I didn't make it through it last year. And because I was indicted on the 22nd, warrant out for my arrest by the 24th, Bolo. Going out, last Christmas, I spent my whole Christmas last year. I slept at an undisclosed location at a friend's house. Didn't have my car. Had my, so I'm like, what if they're tracking that? Who knows? Oh no, because the car was broken. The car was destroyed. Because I fell asleep behind the wheel on the way home Christmas Eve morning, and stayed at my friend's house. Who I'm surprised he hasn't gotten it. He was hoping they would show up, but anyway, stayed there. Opened. I remember the Patriots were playing the Broncos. For some reason, they won that game, and it cost them a draft position, which is fine because we got Drake May, so it all worked out. But so I spent my Christmas with his family, a bunch of strangers to me, and they showed me generosity and gave me a present, which was very nice of them and kind. And then we, the next day, Christmas morning, I knew that they, my whole family was going to church, and I couldn't go. They were opening presents, and I couldn't be there. And then later on, they went to I knew that they would be going to my ex's in-laws place, basically, and I'd have a chance to see them. And I got there at like 12:30. And yeah, I mean, I got to actually see the kids then for the first time that day. But it wasn't the same. Like, you're just like, I'm on the phone with Bradle. I'm on the phone with various other people, trying, like, it's Christmas, like trying to reach your lawyer on Christmas and have like a full conversation. Everything was harder on Christmas. And then he's like, you need to write something up. You got to explain this whole thing. Like, we got to go in there and we had to devise a plan. So I, spend most of my time there on my computer, writing something up, explaining everything. I had to get my finances in order, like, just to make sure, like, I'm like, what if I'm gone for the next 90 days? I have to take care of this. I have to take care of this. I have to take care of this. I have to get this bill paid. I got to do this. Blah, 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 blah. There was a lot of shit. And not knowing what was going to happen, the next day, knowing that, like, on the 26th, which was my birthday, I was going to go in there and turn myself in. The plan was to go into the courthouse and just turn myself in, to have not charges, get arraigned real quick, maybe file a motion to whatever, and get out of there, hopefully, before media came, nothing. And, by late Christmas Day, Ted Daniel called Tim asking about that, and the media reported that there was this and that. So it was all out there, like late Christmas. And so we just wanted to get in and out as quickly as possible. We got there, I woke up at like 6, running on like no sleep, stayed at my buddy's place again, drove in with my dad. Couldn't even went through like the back streets of Dedham in case anybody was around and saw me, whatever. And then I got notified by a bunch of people saying, don't come to the courthouse. Brian Tully and the Medfield police are standing on the top of the courthouse steps waiting to arrest you. And so I contacted my lawyer, and I had a private investigator, Mark 𝗵𝗵𝗃, awesome guy, by the way. I love Mark. And Mark was almost charged with witness intimidation himself by the Medfield police that day, because he attempted to ask, she shall not be named some questions, and it was just a wild day. And so that's when I realized I had to turn myself into Tim's like, you got to just turn yourself into the Medfield police. Don't say, give me advice what to say, what not to say. We're going to file a motion to dismiss and hopefully get you out of there. And it's like, they can't, they're going to try to revoke your bail, I'm sure, but there's just no grounds for it. You're not violent, you're not dangerous, blah, 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 blah. And then turn myself in around like 12:30, and sat in that, went through the process of the Medfield police and fingerprinting and all this stuff. And then by that time, everyone had been alerted. Of course, I didn't know what was going on, didn't have my phone. I got driven from Medfield to Dedham with the police chief, or the deputy chief, and who was very nice, who said that he was sad to meet me under these circumstances, he said. So I guess he was a turtle rider. And they brought me there, and TV's there, and I go inside and sitting downstairs in that cell for a couple hours, just waiting, praying, please let me go home tonight, please let me go home tonight. And then had the hearing, played the tape, and I thought we were golden. I thought that tape exonerated me. The judge felt differently, and when he allowed the motion to revoke bail, I remember the whole courtroom. It's just like, it's surreal. I remember it all like it was yesterday. So getting to this date, getting to Christmas, and just, it is the best feeling, man. The best feeling right now to just not be hiding right now, not to be able to just go and do a live stream right now and just enjoy the day. I spent the whole day with my kids, and life is good, man. Life is really good. So anyway, I hope you guys are having a good time, and I hope you guys had a good Christmas as well. And because I couldn't do without all the fine support of all you people out there. And yeah, like I said, just pumped, man, pumped. We're gonna rant about the signal. No, I'm not doing Facebook. It only happens on Facebook for some reason. The signal blows on Facebook. I'm on StreamYard right now on my phone, which is broadcasting obviously to YouTube and to Twitter. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure you guys obviously remember that day last year. Like, that was all pretty crazy when that happened. But yeah, going to the Celtics tonight, playing the Sixers to win. Obviously, that's the plan. They're not gonna lose to the Sixers at home. No, on Christmas. Give me a break. Give me a break. I got my kids Celtics tickets for Christmas too. We're going to the Knicks game on February 23rd. That should be good because I took them last year too. I've taken them games last 2 years. First year I took them to the Spurs, and that was before they got Wembanyama, so they were like the worst team. Tatum didn't play, and then we won by like 40. And the next year, last year I took them to a Blazers game, won by like 40. Tatum didn't play, so I'm like, well, against these crappy teams, they're not going to play the big guns. So you want to see the whole team play, you got to go to a good game like the Knicks. So the Knicks are a real deal. You know, Knicks, Karl Anthony Towns, MVP candidate. You know, so anyway, can't really read the chat because obviously I'm driving or whatever. But yeah, what a difference a year can make. You know, what a difference a year can make. I don't know. I'm really looking forward to this year. Church this morning, I'm like, I'm just praying about all the people that need my help, not my help, God's help. About you know, my family, Karen Reed's family. Just good has to prevail over evil this year. This is the year. Like, we're up against pure evil. They're putting up one hell of a fight. I'll give them that, aren't they? You know, like, they should have surrendered a long time ago, but they are putting up one heck of a fight. But we ain't got no quit. I'm so glad Alan Jackson said that last September, 2023. We ain't got no quit. We are never stopping. Like, no matter what you throw at us, we will persevere. We will continue. We will continue to fight. We will continue to be out there, hitting the streets, exposing corruption, and you know, doing everything we can. Like, this is the year, man. I'm telling you. And a year from now, I mean, I did a bunch of cameos. I did a bunch of Christmas cameos. If you were supposed to get one from me and you didn't get one, let me know. Pretty sure I got everyone who donated and to the Legal Defense Fund, and then sent me a Facebook message telling me that, asking for it. So, but in almost all of them, I pointed out how, like, I didn't think I would be doing a second year of Christmas cameos, like, for Karen Reed. Like, I really didn't think this day would ever come. Like, it's been, what, 20 months of this now? Too much. This is a farce. It needs to end. It needs to stop. It needs to stop, as 𝗵𝗵𝗲𝗺𝗃 said. This has to stop. And I just, next year, I remind us, it's like, I'm not going to be doing this next year. I'll still be doing what I do, Turtleboy stuff, but we will be in a completely different place next year. Karen Reed will be free. You know, the worst thing that can happen, is another mistrial. That's the worst case scenario, is another mistrial, which is just, all that does is just drag this out longer. And I think they've said, according to 𝗲𝗡𝗍, I don't know how reliable he is. According to 𝗲𝗡𝗍, the Commonwealth sources say that they're going to keep trying this case over and over and over again if they need to. And that might be the only truthful thing he said, because that's actually believable. That you know, if they had 4 mistrials, they would go for a 5th. Like, they're that bloodthirsty, they're that shameless, they're that ridiculous, because they need a conviction, right? Like, before, I think that they didn't really care about a conviction because they're like, whatever. Like, the whole purpose of this trial wasn't to convict Karen Reed. It was to not go after the McAlberts. It's like, well, we tried, you know, turn her into Casey Anthony, something like that. But now I think they genuinely want a conviction, because to get the FBI off their ass, they're in a pitching match with the FBI. Like, they want to say, see, we were right all along. The jury of her peers thought that she was guilty, and we were totally right for doing this, and everything was on the up and up. So get fucked, FBI. I think that's their whole plan. I think that's why they're so bloodthirsty to get her now. And they're like, well, we got the judge. We got a judge that's giving us everything we want and making them fight with their hands tied behind their back, and we get to have Man Shannon be an expert, and Ian Whiffen gets to be an expert, and no questions asked. But Marie Russell, Dr. Marie Russell, and Dr. Wolf and Dr. Rentschler, they're gonna have to earn it. They're gonna have to jump through some hoops and show the world, how they're qualified. Our experts don't have to do that. So they are really, 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 they're bringing out all the guns, man. They want a conviction bad, but I just have faith that no jury will ever convict her. That like I said, the worst case scenario is that next year we're getting ready for trial 3. Like, that's the worst case scenario. Karen Reed will not be in jail at this time next year. I won't be in jail at this time next year. I hope I'm not on bail at this time next year. That's my real goal. It's like, I don't want to be on bail. I hope we have a motion to dismiss by then, and then all these goddamn charges are dropped. Now, he ain't gonna do that with Judge Krupp, because that guy doesn't like me very much. I hope he doesn't have a Merry Christmas, that guy, because he's not. Maybe he should have a Merry Christmas, because he should be happier. He's very unhappy and just unpleasant to be around. Same with Auntie Bev, just unpleasant people. But yeah, next year at this time, I hope not to have charges. I hope that these charges are dismissed. That we I don't know what the plan is. There's just so much to it. You know what I mean? There's so much to my legal battle, as far as, like, I don't know who we're going to try to get dismissed first. There's so much to it. We got to get out evidentiary hearings, discovery, you name it. And I wish we could just focus on the McAlberts and not this other person who was just a distraction and nothing more. I think it was good yesterday. I was in, you guys might have seen it yesterday. I was in court yesterday as an observer, as a moral supporter, if you will. A woman by the name of Mary Bagwell, who was not somebody who liked me for a long time, right? Who was friendly with people who were antagonistic towards me for a long time, who has since kind of seen the light, I guess, if you will. Without me coaxing her at all, I never had a conversation with her about any of this. She just kind of came around, and like 𝗵𝗏 𝗧𝘂𝗿𝗄 the same way, and I have a lot of respect for them because of that. And she just kind of came around and started telling the truth about things she saw behind enemy lines. She went on the JFK program, which gets, like, the best stuff happens on the JFK show and the most interesting shit. And so she went on there and she told her truth about something that she witnessed at a pool party where Jennifer McCabe was present and various other individuals with children were present, and she told the story about what she saw at JFK and James Jackson, JJ. And shortly after that, she received a phone call that has been played on the internet. I haven't personally shared it because I'm not even going there, not even adding any fuel to the fire, but a lot of you heard it, and it was horrifying. It was a woman told Mary Bagwell that because she switched sides, or was no longer supporting these account to fucking kill her, going to drive to her house, rip her head off, and murder her and her children. And it was horrifying. And she called the Mansfield police. They are pressing charges, apparently. A criminal complaint has been filed. A clerk magistrate's hearing is upcoming. I don't know what the charge is, if it's just threat to murder. I'm not sure if there's other charges besides threat to murder. I don't even know if that's a felony or, but it's just crazy. Like, if I ever did that, I'd be gone. I'd be done. But it should be an open and shut case. But at the restraining order here, she got a temporary order like last December 9th or 10th, around there. And then the two-party hearing was set for Christmas Eve, which was such karma, because Christmas Eve last year is when that, a judge ruled against me and granted a temporary restraining order against me. And charges were filed against me. And a warrant was put out for my arrest. And so, yeah, yesterday I went to Attleboro District Court, because Mansfield is part of the Attleboro Court District. And in Attleboro District Court, Grant, of course, was there. And, we watched the proceedings. I did not participate. Luckily, Mary had an attorney with her who was kind enough to work on Christmas Eve. After hearing the tape, she was like horrified by it, I guess, and wanted to help. And so she gave up her Christmas Eve. I didn't even know courts were open on Christmas Eve. And she, the hearing was 2 hours long. I thought it would be in and out, but nothing is ever short with this person, ever. And Mary, I felt bad for her. I think Young Jerks is getting the audio, and we'll play it. I'm not going to play it because I don't even want to give, like I said, all this person does when I do that just gives them fuel for the fire. They complain about it. They say it's me even talking about it. It's harassment, and we all know that's nonsense. But I'm just I'm not doing it. I'm not having anything to do with that. No, not breathing any life into that. You know what I mean? Other people can do that. That's fine, but I'm not going to do that. So, but yeah, I watched the hearing, and these things take like 2 hours for her, and because she brings a stack of papers with her, and it's like screenshots of Christy Citrone's text messages, which are like completely irrelevant to anything, or not her tweets. She had like a thing of her tweets. She had 3 affidavits, one from Joe Warren and 2 other people about how she's a good mother or something. Like, it was like insane. Like, it was all about like the pool, the kids were watching the pool, all the shit. Nobody cared about the pool. The pool is, and crazy Julie Ginto was there supposed to be a witness. The judge would not let her testify because she didn't witness the threatening phone. I mean, it's a restraining order hearing. It's like this person threatened to kill the other one. And she, like, legitimate victim, by the way. Like, Mary Bagwell was like a mess. Like, she could not stop crying. Like, and like when she was asked to like relive it, you're like, holy shit, this is why orders exist. Because this woman's like terrified. You could tell just having to face her in court was terrifying. And at one point during the hearing, the lawyer asked her, okay, so tell me about what happened on September of whatever of 2024. Some threat had happened. You need 3 instances of harassment to get an order. So something happened in September, and she was like, tell me about it. And Mary just froze, didn't say a word, and just couldn't. And it was just because she had to stare at, her abuser, and just all of a sudden she just broke down crying. And they asked to have a recess. She recessed for 15 minutes, came back, and then finally she spit it all out, like fighting through tears. It was really dramatic. Like, she spit it all out and told the truth about what happened. And then they played the tape. And man, that tape, you think that tape is so bad when it's played in court. It is just horrifying, like horrifying. And you could tell the judge was interesting. The judge is a woman. She let like all this get brought in, like all this rambling on and on. It was all about me. The whole affidavit written by the defendant was about me. The whole thing was like, he's being charged with witness intimidation and blah, 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 blah. I have nothing to do with any of this. I didn't speak to this woman, Mary. I didn't convince her to do anything. I didn't try to convince her Karen Reed was innocent. I didn't try to convince her I was innocent. Nothing. Right. I certainly didn't pay for her lawyer, which was alleged in court. That was alleged in court by the defendant. Said like that, her lawyer is being paid for by my abuser, and this is just another form of intimidating. Like, somehow she tried to make herself into the victim in all this. Went on for 2 hours. Finally 1 o'clock came around, and the judge made her judgment and just basically said, I'm disregarding everything that I heard about, like, Twitter screenshots and None of that mattered. And like affidavits from Joe Warren, like that was wild. And didn't care about any of this stuff. And Turtleboy, like Turtleboy is irrelevant to all of this. It has nothing to do with anything. And yeah. And then the judge issued the order. And I was really happy for Mary, because it was like, when you saw it, it's like, this is why orders exist, is because of situations like this. Like, this is what protection orders exist to do, is protect people who are legitimately frightened for their safety, which this woman clearly was. So did I lose you guys? Anyway, I haven't been able to read any comments. I can read a couple now. But yeah, there's more than 3 incidents. It was like a whole bunch. And finally, I'm like, when that order was issued, I'm like, that's karma. You know, a year ago today, the tables have completely, I am in a much better place. And the person who obviously lied to put me in jail, is karma's catching up to them, So anyway, I just came on to say Merry Christmas and say how much better it was than last year. You know what I mean? So anyway, sorry, I'm just reading these comments. Have you heard anything about the chip off? No, I've heard nothing about the chip off, other than Brian Tully, I guess, took the chip. So Brian Tully has control of the chip. So whatever that means. Anyone else got anything? You used a hashtag busted. I did not use a hashtag, did I? Mary is just some random woman who I've never even spoken to before, who was friendly with the other side, if you will, and socialized with some of them previously, and then kind of saw the light, I guess. And as a result, they have attacked her, which is exactly what they do. Like, they say we do that. It's actually them. Can Bradel and Better bring up the HPO against LG when she testifies in your case? I would assume so. Um, LG cry. I don't know if she fake cried. I can't remember. But I honestly don't remember. Mike Crawford's getting the tape of it, so I'm sure he'll play it when they got it. Anyone else have anything? Am I doing Turtle Club tomorrow night? Probably not. Tomorrow is, I'm going to be 43 tomorrow, so I'm spending probably just wait to do the show. I'm going to pass some shows this week, you know what I mean? Are any of her new friends there for support? There was Grant, who she lashed out at a couple days prior on Twitter, and I saw immediately that 𝗏𝗏 blamed Grant. I don't think this one's on Grant. Again, people are responsible for their own behavior. Grant didn't make anyone threaten anyone. Grant's a lot of things. Grant's a douchebag. Grant's a liar. He's a cuck. But Grant did not make anyone threaten to murder someone of their children. So that's just not how it works. All right. Just great seeing you happy. Yeah, thank you, Laura. And then Merry Christmas to you over there, and Merry Old England as well. 43 American years. That's correct. Yeah, I will be doing a show this weekend for sure. But yeah. Sorry, I'm still just reading the comments. You hashtagged in the description of this video. I didn't write a hashtag. That must have been added by one of the mods. I did not. I just wrote Merry Christmas. That's all I wrote. And say, enjoy the rest of the day. Somebody says, thanks for standing up for that woman. I didn't stand up for her. You know what I mean? I guess I'm there to show moral support, but I had nothing to do with her defense or anything like that. Like, I was just there for the moral support, because I know what it's like to be in that situation. It's scary. She's scary, She's scary. She's abusive. So, Sorry, catching up on these. Thanks for the cameo. That's not an actual cameo. Yeah, I mean the cameos are great, man. I should do those more often. You know, like I saw the trolls trying to report me to Cameo. Spoiler alert, I'm not actually on Cameo. I just make videos. Like I don't understand why people join Cameo. If Cameo takes a cut when I can just send you a video. I guess because they don't want to personally have it's just probably a pain in the ass if you're like, some big shot celebrity or some shit like that, to personally message people. But I'm a man of the people. So people donate to my legal defense fund and they show me a receipt of it and then they tell me what they want to say. I send them a video back. It's really easy. So cut out the middleman, It's a default hashtag thing for YouTube. Excellent. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, Julie G was there too. Was not happy about that, supporting, abuse. So that's not good. Hank says he found Chloe. Let's talk about that next show. I talked about it in the last show. How can we get a cameo? Yeah, so just if you want to get a cameo, just donate $50 to the Legal Defense Fund, and then just message me on Facebook, Clarence Woods Emerson, with a screenshot of your donation, and tell me exactly what you want me to say. If you donate $75, I'll do 2 minutes. $50 gets you a minute or so, right? So that's how you can do it that way. It's great. Sorry. Good will conquer evil. The truth will set you free. Yeah. What is my email? My email is turtleboysports@gmail.com. Sorry, Chloe. Sorry you're sick up in Vermont. I heard they found you. Hopefully you're doing okay up there. Hopefully, I heard Hank found you. Hope he left you alone. Catching up. The best stuff happens on the JFK show. The most interesting shit. Seriously, they are magnets for people sharing, whether they intend to share or not. I know it's been wild. Somehow the JFK show has become like where shit goes down. But anyway, guys, I am going to call it a night. But I love all you fine people. And go Celtics and Merry Christmas. All right. Peace, Turtle Riders.